It's been a good start to the week, it has. I had this arrive through the post. A Sony Sports WM-B52 cassette Walkman. I have been after one of these for ages. I love the style, I love the colour. That to me just screams late 80s. Jake sorted me out with a really good deal for this. All I got to do is replace the belts and it'll be good to go. I found this great deal on Vinted. This is the last GTA game I need to complete my PS2 GTA collection, Vice City Stories. I only paid £5 plus post off of Vinted, an absolute steal. eBay solds anywhere from between 20 and 30. It's got the map and the manual in there too. And now I've got a Facebook Marketplace pickup just outside Cowbridge to make. Let's get it. Beautiful day in South Wales. Said to meet in the Hare and Hounds pub car park. It's only 10:30, probably too early for a pint, isn't it? What a lovely bloke he was. Really happy with this too, look. A backwards compatible fat PlayStation 3. A few scuffs and scrapes on the top, yeah. It is a bit dusty, needs a good clean, but he sent me a few videos of it tested and working. He threw in FIFA 98 for the PS1 to show that it plays the PS1 games. Need that for the collection. San Andreas on the PS2. What a class game that is. I do already have this one, so I'll probably trade this into CEX. It's got the maps, got the manual. It's all really, really crisp. That proved that it played the PS2 games. And then he threw in GTA 5 as well. Again, already got this. This will be going to CEX. Map and manual in there. Nice little score that. I paid £100 for it, so it's not bargain of the century, but I've been after one of these for ages. I've rebuilt my PS1 collection. I'm rebuilding my PS2 collection. I've got a fair few PS3 games, and if I can play them all on the one system rather than having to rig up each one every time I want to play a game, so that is why I bought it. If I wanted to get one off of CEX, I'd be paying 170 quid, but they are offering a 120 quid voucher. So I could actually take that into CEX now and make 20 quid voucher profit. eBay going sales rate about 120 quid, something like that. So I'm not going to lose money if I wanted to sell it. What a nice start to the day. So in my last video I said I was getting a bit bored of going around my usual loop of charity shops. So that Facebook Marketplace pickup has brought me over to Bridgend. Let's see what we can see. A little bit of CEX credit on the shelf. Coraline DVD. This is the 1-disc edition. Trades in for what, £1.50? DVDs in here I think are about 50p. Doesn't sound like too much, but when I'm building up my PS2 collection, some of those games are only 50p or £1. So that could be a free game right there. Have a look at this down the bottom here. Game Boy Color grape discounted for 55 quid. Thing is though, it's got the box. I want to have a look at that and have a look at the state of the Game Boy. I do have a purple Game Boy Color at home without a box. So what I'm thinking, sell the discounted one, keep the box. If it's got the manuals, even better. Good way to add a box to the collection, isn't it? 55 quid for a box Game Boy Color. That is crazy. List that up on eBay, you double your money. Yeah, there's a scratch on the front there, a bit of a dent on the box there. There's no rips, no tears. All the colour looks pretty good. No manual, unfortunately. But to me, the Game Boy looks pretty decent. I don't know why this was discounted. A few minor scratches on the screen, but you expect that. It's old, isn't it? Got him to put some batteries in. Turns on, all right. I mean, that is worth the trip to Bridgend in itself. And that one will be going up there. I always have a flick through the kiddies' books because sometimes you can find graphic novels mixed in there. Look at this. Hawkeye, My Life is a Weapon. 50p. Now with graphic novels like this, I give them a read through. I love reading graphic novels and then sell them on afterwards. If I don't make any profit, at worst, it's a free read. This one could have been it. This one could have been a goer down here, look. Garfield holding a heart. It is really dusty, but it does have the original tags on it. There are a couple of sold listings ranging from about 10 to 15 plus post, but looking at the date of those solds, they were on the run up to Valentine's Day. Obviously a perfect present for that. Doesn't seem to be any sold since. A very seasonal item that's just going to hang about, so we'll leave it. Here's a nice little set down here, look. Carrera first, Mario Kart. You can see wedged in there that it's got the Yoshi and it's got the Mario. Now there's a couple of ways you can go about selling this. You can sell this as a complete set for about 20 quid. So a £5, there's profit there. If all the pieces aren't there, you can sell those cars off individually as long as they work. Either way, that's telling me there's a couple of ways to shift this on. So we'll get it. This caught my eye. Not just because it's hanging off the edge of the shelf. Black Cannon by Parker. It's only £3. See the sticker up there? Look at the box art. The box art is brilliant. It's definitely got a bit of age to it. Here we are, 1987, Kenner Parker Toys. People have got this listed up for about £20. Solds are more like a tenner plus post. There's a lot of pieces in there. And the chances of something like this being complete, very slim. Yo, have a look at this up here. A huge Venom figure. Using Google Lens as the large talking Venom. On eBay, solds are going for about 15 plus post. How much is he? Tenner. Now we're sticking back. Usually they price all their toys low, £2.50. Any Marvel figures £2.50. Not enough profit off a tenner. Ooh, that's a nice little plush to find up there. Alvin off the Chipmunks. This is a Build-A-Bear too. They want £3 for it. The last one of these sold for about 20, something like that. But you've got to be a bit careful with those one-off sales. The general sales look to be about a tenner plus post. This one has got the shirt and has got the official trousers on as well. Let's get him. And of course, while we're in Bridgend, we'll have a look in the CEX. This is the game I needed for my collection, Unreal Tournament. It's only £2. This was the first PS2 game we ever had. No manual. Now there's another one here. No manual as well. What a shame. Oh, what's this game here? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What an absolute throwback. £12. No manual. I've just completed Max Payne, but they've got Max Payne 2 in here. £6. No manual as well. Do any of these games have a manual in? No manual? Who wants to be a millionaire? No manual. What's going on here? They started taking the manuals out. Oh yes, Conan the Barbarian. What a game this was. I used to have this. PS3, £5. Case is really grubby. Ah, but that's got the manual. There we are, the trip is not lost. We'll take Conan home. Very interesting. So it turns out Bridgend CEX are taking the manuals out of their PS2 games and keeping them behind the counter. Is that a sign of things to come in CEX? Are they going to start pricing their games with manual and without manual? They're certainly doing that for the top end games. Could we see that for all the games? So, as well as Conan, I did pick up Unreal Tournament and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but also found this, Just Cause, for only £1. Fantastic franchise, and this is where it all started. Another Vinted pickup to make. I love picking up games from Vinted. Generally, you can get them cheaper than on eBay, because you don't have to pay so many fees when you sell on Vinted compared to eBay. But if the price is similar to what you can get it for in CEX, I still buy it off of Vinted. I can get it delivered to the lockers down here, which is closer to my home, and you can see whether it's got the manual, you can see what condition it's in. You just got more control over the quality. Look at that cover art, The Thing. Manual in there, of course. Really similar to that Buffy game earlier. I love getting these old PS2 games. It's not just about the game, it's about the movies or the TV shows that they're from. Good memories. I've been having a little sort out inside. I basically want to make some space to display my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 collection. At the minute, it's all just stored in sealed boxes up in my loft. Well, it's no good in there. I can't see it. I want to have it on display somewhere. And more importantly, when I want to play a game, I just want to be able to take it off a shelf rather than rummaging around all the loft. Now, at the bottom of one of the cupboards I've been rearranging, that's where I keep all the valuable teddies that I've got listed up on eBay. And I come across this dude, Build-A-Bear Piplup the Pokemon. Now, usually when I've listed Build-A-Bear Pokemons before, they don't hang around long. They are mega popular. So why has this not been selling? I looked into the listing. I had this up for £75. £75. Now, looking at recent sold listings, he goes for about 35. And this one, the speakers run out of battery too. £75, completely way off the mark. So I adjusted the price, and lo and behold, within a few days, he sold for that £35. I need to get better at my eBay listing aftercare. As soon as I've stuck stuff up on eBay, that's it. I tend to forget about it until it sells. I need to get better at going into the listing, tweaking it around a bit, adjusting the price, and get stuff like this sold. I had these stuck up on the shelf as well. These are 7 of the Witcher book series. Now, there are 8 in the series, but I do only have the 7. This was a proper lockdown read for me. and they've just been sat on the shelf ever since. I don't know why I was keeping them. I'm never going to read them again. So instead of them being on the shelf doing nothing, let's get them up on eBay and sold. They sold real quick, £35 as well. And I want to give a shout out to Steve as well. Picked up this Matchbox Honda with the trailer, still got all the stickers on. It's in really good condition. Steve, you're a legend. It's been quite a slow weekend really. I've sold 6 things. This was the first thing to sell, and this has not hung around. It's the Hornby Paddington train set that I went back to the charity shop just to pick it up. The shop was opening at 10:30. I was there queuing because sold listings, if this is fully complete, 30 to 40 quid. Thing is, it wasn't fully complete. It's missing the trees, missing the station, missing the tunnel, and they still wanted 6 quid. I was umming and ahhing about it. I took a punt on it. When I got home, I set up all the tracks, set the train running on it, took a few pictures and just listed it up for 20 quid all in, and it sold on the same day. I'd be pushing my luck to get any more because there are a few of these listed, and because there were so many bits missing, I'll take the tenner profit. I picked this creepy looking Star Wars robot up last Wednesday as well. I paid £1 from a charity shop in Barry. He's really gangly in there, and you can see all these little limbs are really snappable. This was in pretty good condition, sold quick, went for 14. I picked these boots up for my son Saturday morning. He saw them in the shop, brought them over, and he was like, can I have them? And I was like, do you like the colour? And he was like, yeah, I like the colour. Got home, he didn't like the colour. Thing is, boots like this, particularly small sizes, if they're laceless, they can sell really, really well and really quick. I paid 3 quid for these. These sold for 15 quid, and I think I priced them a bit cheap. I tell you what, kiddies boots that are laceless, they are so handy. From the late 70s, I've got this Matchbox Traxcavator, and it is absolutely immaculate. Still got the tracks on there, got the plastic cab, got the driver, even got the sticker on top. I've sold one of these before, but it was battered, and I mean battered. Didn't have any of that on it, hardly had any paint on it. That one, because of the condition, that's gone for 20 quid all in. I've had these 2 robot dudes for absolutely ages. They're Bluetooth robots, they talk to each other. Don't know what else they do, to be honest. I think I've had these for 18 months, maybe longer, who knows. Either way, very sticky items, but they sold today full price, 25 quid. Another sticky item, and I know absolutely nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They just weren't my thing. I picked this one up on the off chance as a bit of an experiment. Blue Eyes White Dragon, and it says first edition on it. The condition of it is not the best. I've had this listed up for ages for 15 quid all in, and because it hasn't been snapped up, that is telling me that maybe it was overpriced and maybe it's not the best card. But sold full price today for 15. What a way to finish the week. I've sold 4 Futera David Beckham football cards. These are from 1997, so quite early cards of his, and I got them graded by PSA and they all come back as a 9. I had these listed up individually on eBay, but a collector over in Australia saw them all, wanted to buy them all. We negotiated a price. These are selling on the global shipping program, £110 all in. I went through a spell of finding loads of these Wales Cotton Trader jerseys. They're the ones with that little stamp on the back there. I've been drip feeding them onto eBay. Whenever one sells, then I list another one up. The thing is, I was never getting them to sell in the first place. Truth be told, I just had my pricing wrong. I was aiming right at the top, and the thing is, there was too many of them coming in cheaper that they were all being plucked off, and mine was staying up there. I dropped the price. Lo and behold, they started shifting. This is the last one that I've got. Sold for £22.50 all in. I've sold the last of my friend's big hitting Britain's tractors. Look at this one. This is a Fiat 880 and it is immaculate. Still got the exhaust on the top. The stickers look great, and it's got these little rubber tracks that go over the wheels. Little driver inside there. It's great. It looks great. It's almost too good to play with. That is a display piece there. And because it is in such good condition, I priced it way high. I've had tons of offers from all over the world as well. Finally, someone come in today, and it's only taken about 6 weeks to sell. That's gone for just under 50 quid, all in. A pair of UK size 5 Nike Vapor Max. These are the ones with all the bubbles around the bottom there. And I have had so many questions from so many different people about these bubbles. And you respond back to them. Yes, the bubbles are good, the bubbles are firm. And you hear absolutely nothing back. Those there, they sold for 25 quid all in. And shout out Kev. Kev's been watching the channel for ages and always leaves a really nice comment. He saw this pair of Adidas trainers go live, jumped on the store, picked them up. I love the colour, I think they look class. Kev, I really appreciate you supporting the channel. Your comments do mean a lot, mate. So today's trip to the charity shop felt more like a retro game hunt rather than a trip to find stuff to sell on eBay. But that's just where my mind and my mood is at the minute, and I just go where the finds take me. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'll catch up with you next week.